Now, other interesting culture news, you have Walt Disney. Looks like they lost about $2 billion on the past 10 films that they released. I can't fathom losing so much money and being so bad at your job, still having the same leadership. That's insane. So they haven't made a profit in the past 10 movies they made. Now, there are a myriad of reasons for this, not just because they're political garbage. They don't teach morals and values like they used to darn near 100 years ago when they actually had good writers, which, again, nowadays most writers are already computers. They're crying now trying to get more royalties. But a modern Disney writer is no better than a copy-paste keyboard function. Because, again, everything they make is just a copy of a copy of a copy. Fun little experiment on the photocopier at home. Take a copy of a copy of a copy. You'll notice that every time you take a copy of a copy, say that 12 times in a row, the image actually degrades. It gets worse. The perfect metaphor for Walt Disney these days. And they're just making bad business decision after bad business decision. It looks like the Indiana Jones film is estimated to lose $100 million. Now, part of the reason, not just because it's political garbage and indoctrination of children, but they're too expensive. Gone are the days when you could spend $500 million, $600 million, $700 million making a movie and hope to make a profit. Like a Marvel movie, they have to pay I was going to say they pay those computers a lot. The computing power that they need to actually purchase and facilitate to create those is huge. You're talking enormous amount of IT infrastructure. And then you have hundreds of man hours creating that digital crap. Now, granted, the writing is so easy, you shouldn't have to pay writers at all. You just have explosion, big hero says something, and no one actually really dies. I just described 98% of all Marvel films. But the cost is just too much, and they're making all these terrible decisions. So they actually spent $105.9 million making a streaming series called Willow, which I can't help but think they spent $0 on marketing because I never heard of it before. Now, it looks like they dropped it after one season. So after 6 months and spending $105.9 million, they decided to just pull the plug because they weren't making any money on it. If it was profitable, presumably they would have kept up the series. They would have renewed everyone's contracts. But they decided, no, we can't do that either. And this is further speculating and there's a lot of people that are further speculating that they are going to, they're going to make a run at maybe selling it to Apple. They clearly can't make any movies on their own. They're losing money with everything. So there's a lot of speculation they're going to sell perhaps their media company. So, Disney Plus, the movies, the films, sell that to Apple. And then they can just focus on their parks. That rumor is getting stronger and stronger. And Bob Iger, the current CEO of the company, has only fueled speculation when a couple weeks ago he actually said, it might make sense to divest the legacy television channels, which, yeah, obviously, get rid of that crap. They're estimated if they sold all their legacy media, legacy media being like ABC, they also have the Disney Channel, I believe they have FX. They estimate that's worth about $8 billion. I'd sell that right now. Get it off the books, get rid of it. Focus on something else. Especially because, again, every day it seems like more people are cutting the cord. They don't want cable. A lot of places, like some apartments, they don't even have that option. It's only internet. Now, you can also argue the allure of streaming services have decreased because now it's more expensive than cable. But if you look at the adoption rate from the consumers, that's where the trends are going. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Do you? I wouldn't think so. So it'll be interesting to see. They've lost about $2 billion in movies. Will they make movies without politics now, finally? I would say no, because most employees there are not employees, they're activists. It's even been shown that they actually have little Marxist journals where they actually tell their employees to write down all the politically left or woke things that they do for their DEI scores, and you're getting a bonus based on how much stuff you do. Now, granted, if you have the opposite, you have a book on saying, hey, Bobby, we need you to write down every time you pray, every time you go to church. There would be lawsuits up the wazoo. People would be protesting like no tomorrow. But in this case, of course, it's California-based company. A lot of people working there like it. So we got like one article and a couple of people on YouTube covering it. No major story or major lawsuits yet. Not too surprised. But at least temporarily, I digress. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Also, I want you to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August. So if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and the comment. The feedback is always greatly appreciated. It helps us make the show better and better. Also helps with the algorithm so it gets shown to more and more people. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your co-workers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.